You make 35,000 decisions every single day. And here's what scientists just discovered. The fastest thinkers aren't always the smartest ones. In fact, when problems get complex, something counterintuitive happens in the brain that flips everything you thought you knew about intelligence on its head. Daniel Kahneman won a Nobel Prize for uncovering something that challenges how we see ourselves. He revealed that your brain operates using two completely different systems, and most people don't even realize which one is controlling them at any given moment. System 1 fires instantly. It's automatic, effortless. The reason you can drive on autopilot. System 2 is the deliberate thinker, slow and methodical, the one that kicks in when you're parallel parking in a tight spot or solving a complex equation. But here's where it gets fascinating. Recent brain scanning studies on 650 people found that those with higher intelligence scores solved easy problems faster, but took significantly longer on difficult tasks. Their brains didn't jump to conclusions. Instead, they showed greater synchronization between the frontal and parietal regions, essentially forcing themselves to wait until the processing was truly complete. The slower brains? They literally jumped to conclusions, making more errors in the process. Think about what that means for a second. Speed isn't the advantage we've been sold. Your brain's white matter, those neural highways connecting different regions, actually determines processing speed. People with higher integrity in these pathways process information faster. Yet, processing speed and accuracy are fundamentally different in their genetic architecture and brain signatures. You can be fast but wrong, or slow but precise. Here's the twist nobody talks about. Your System 1 is running your life far more than you realize. It handles those 35,000 daily decisions by taking cognitive shortcuts called heuristics. You'd step left without thinking, choose the stairs over the elevator. Your automatic system does this to protect your deliberate system from cognitive overload. If you had to consciously process every single choice, your brain would crash. But those shortcuts come with a price. They create systematic errors in judgment, cognitive biases that affect every human on Earth. Confirmation bias makes you seek information that supports what you already believe. The availability heuristic tricks you into thinking something is more common because you can easily remember examples. You're less rational than you think you are, and that hurts to hear. What makes this even more interesting is that emotions play a critical role researchers didn't expect. Antonio Damasio studied people who lost the ability to feel emotion due to brain injuries. These individuals also lost the ability to make rational decisions. They wrecked their marriages and lost their jobs. It turns out you need your feelings to think clearly. Fast thinking and slow thinking aren't enemies, but partners in a complex dance. The implications hit different when you realize your cognitive style shapes your entire life. Some people process information slowly, but generate profound insights others miss entirely. They excel in creative fields like writing or strategic planning, where depth matters more than speed. Others are lightning fast, but might overlook subtle details. Neither is better. They're optimized for different challenges. Recent genetic studies analyzing over 456,000 people in the UK Biobank confirmed that cognitive processing speed and cognitive processing accuracy have distinct neurobiological foundations. They're correlated with different brain structures, developed during different periods, and even show different relationships with mental health conditions. Fast doesn't mean intelligent. Slow doesn't mean incapable. Your brain has its own architecture, and understanding it changes how you approach every task. What can you actually do with this knowledge? The smartest move is designing your life around your cognitive energy. Steve Jobs and President Obama wore similar clothes daily for a reason. They relied on fast thinking for trivial decisions and saved their deliberate, effortful thinking for what truly mattered. You can train yourself to recognize when you're on autopilot and when you need to slow down. Your automatic system will continue making snap judgments. That won't change. But you can learn to catch those moments and ask, is my gut feeling helping me find truth, or is it leading me into a cognitive bias trap? Social media encourages fast thinking, quick scrolling, instant reactions, snap judgments. The information environment actively works against your system too. So, here's the real question. In a world that rewards speed, are you willing to slow down when it counts? Because that's where better decisions actually live. Those with higher intelligence scores took longer on complex problems, not because they were slower thinkers, but because their brains had the discipline to wait for the complete picture. They resisted the urge to jump to conclusions. Understanding this fundamentally shifts how you see your own mind. You're not one thinker, you're two systems constantly negotiating who's in control. And recognizing when to let each system take the wheel, that might be the most intelligent thing you can do.